Hello, good people. It's Larry Jones. We got a lot to get into today. All right, today we're going to talk about Shell, Tortoise acquisition, Hyliion, whatever you want to call it. I want you guys to get a pen and paper. I believe that this will probably be the most insightful video out there, I don't want to brag, about HLYN and how you can make a decision on what you're going to do on the next couple of days between Monday and Wednesday. All right. So here's the very first thing you guys need to do so I can put one of these gadgets down out of my lap. The very first thing you need to do, you need to call this number Monday morning. Monday, September 28th, call this number. Chicago time, call at 8 a.m. New York time, call at 9 a.m. All right, do the math, by where you are. I'm talking Eastern time, it's 9 a.m., meaning New York time, okay? The number is 1-877-787-9239. Again, 1-877-787-9239. You need to cast your vote. The CEO of HLYN put out a tweet saying that he did not have enough voters from us, the people. It's a shareholders meeting tomorrow with your money. He need some more retail voters, right? The institutions are already bought in. The blank check company, that's because this is a SPAC, special purpose acquisition company. They have an agreement already where they own a portion of the company. It's a blank check company. They looked, from hundreds of companies, they picked HLYN as the company that they want to bring public. Okay. And so you guys need to call. I called yesterday, which is Saturday. And it literally, while I was driving, it literally took 3 minutes. They asked my name, my address, and I think my social, but it was my name and address. And that was it, and they kept it really, really brief. I cast my vote. For those of you that don't know how to vote, do that tomorrow morning. Also, this is going to sound like it's for me. I need you to take your finger and hit the like button right now, and it's going to help you make money. Here's how. The more people that cast their vote tomorrow, because if there's not enough votes, it's going to get pushed back. Okay? It's not going to happen. You guys, you got to understand this. You have to cast your vote. It's like voting for the election. You think, oh, what, my one vote doesn't matter? It does. So I have some charts that I'm going to show you that's going to help you make a decision on if you should sell, hold, or half out, right, of your stock, right? So hit the like button because you are letting YouTube know about this video, and it'll make the video more popular. More people will see it. More people will vote. Then it will happen, and you will make money, right? That's why I'm dressed up. I just left church. I was praying for you heathens. No, I'm just joking. I was praying for this stock, though. I ain't gonna lie. I was praying, Lord, don't let it be a volatile week. All right. So that's one of the things I want you to do right now. So the merger happens tomorrow, which is Monday the 28th, right? So what's going to happen for you guys that don't know? The vote is going to happen, and I pray. And after the vote, it generally takes a couple of days for the new ticker symbol to appear. Now, your brokerage, whoever you're trading through, will let you know that the ticker symbol has changed, right? So how many shares you have, it's going to show you that SHLL will turn into HYLN, HLYN. HYLN will be the new ticker symbol, right? And that'll be available. So what will happen is the meeting will happen Monday on the 28th. But generally, you may have to wait until Wednesday. I think between Wednesday or Thursday. It could be sooner. So no one knows. But by Wednesday or Thursday, I think personally Wednesday, that you will have the ticker change, right? So, all right, let me just put this down. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is I have a friend out in cyberspace. I've never met him. I believe he's from another country, and his name is Patrick, right? And Patrick don't have 5 million followers. But like I told you guys before, you don't judge your content based on followers. Now, of course, if it's a 13-year-old kid in his mom's basement and he has 3 followers, you shouldn't take advice from him. I'm just suggesting, because like we always say, before you make any financial decisions, you should first do your own research. Second, consult with your financial advisor, to which I am not. I am Larry. I'm telling you what I would do and what I'm going to do with my shares of this stock. So having said this, I got this great chart that you guys have to look at that Patrick did, right? I'm excited for Patrick because I think he gives a very intuitive look into what's happening, and he's going to show you how all SPACs operate, right? So these special purpose acquisition companies is an animal to itself. It has the same tendency. It's like cats have tendencies and dogs have tendencies, right? And so this is the same thing. I'm excited to show you this because it allows you to see into the future a little bit, right? So I'm going to cue this up and let you guys see this right now. All right, so this is Patrick. I'm going to play. There we go. And let's listen for a minute.
But I think it's going to really help you. If you want to level up your investing, please like and subscribe and watch this video until the end, because this one's actually going to save you thousands of dollars if you're going to be investing in SPACs. So if you've been following them for a few months now, you might have figured out that there are 4 different phases. First, you have the actual launch of the SPAC, Special Acquisition Purpose Company, and then after that you have the discovery phase. Third, you have the stabilization where the stock crashes. And fourth, you have the ramp up towards the merger. But what we're interested in today is the third phase.
So what we're going to be interested in today is the 4th stage, right? The 4th stage. And you know what? Do Patrick a favor and subscribe to his page too, because you guys will learn a lot about charts, right? So I'm going to fast forward and go right to what I think is very important for us to learn. And watch this. He's dead on.
And last but not least, you have the fact that these SPACs are very vulnerable to general market weakness. Because guys, let me ask you, what's the common thread between the SPY, which is an index for the S&P 500, a burger chain, an online casino, and a maker of Class 8 tractor trailers? There's not a lot of similarities there. But when you look at the chart every day, you'll notice a trend where when the general market is selling off, all of the SPACs are dropping too, including that day where I'm showing you in the afternoon, there was a huge sell-off in the SPY, and look at how it translates exactly the same pattern in the SPACs that dropped tremendously. So keep in mind that the SPACs, no matter what the company is, there's a huge correlation with what the market's doing right now. So if you're invested in one of the SPAC and the market's kind of volatile right now and like kind of weak, well, that goes against your SPAC. But when the market goes up one day, you'll notice that often your SPAC is getting a little boost from it. So if you notice, none of these have anything to do with your specific company. I don't care which SPAC you're involved in. None of these have anything to do with yours specifically. It's kind of like trends that you can see with this financial instrument, right?
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there because I'm going to talk about, and you can always go back rewind this video and go back and see. He had all of these different SPACs, one which was LCA that a lot of you are into also, including myself, Lancadia. So there's an announcement, the 4 stages, he goes over it, and I didn't want to play the whole video because I want you guys to go to his page and show Patrick some support and watch his charts. We put a lot of time into these videos, so go and support him. It goes up, it runs up, and then it dips back down. Every SPAC does it. And then it hits a bottom and it starts to creep up. That's the point where you really should buy a SPAC, right? Then it kind of runs up and then it trades sideways until it gets to where the merger is about to happen, and it slowly creeps up, right? And I'm explaining this because this is what's going to happen to Tortoise. So Monday, the meeting will happen. The vote will be cast, I pray, and everything will be fine. And what you're going to see is some will do a sell-off after that. I'm guessing it'll be in the $55 to $60 range. That's what I'm guessing. I'm a little bullish on it. Okay. But then what will happen is once the ticker symbol changes, what you guys have to understand is a lot more of these bigger institutions, this is not on their radar because the new ticker has not happened yet. So they are not going to go through all of this volatility. They're going to wait until the ticker symbol changes. Then they're going to look at, can I make money on this in a year, 2 years, 3 years? They're going to see that it's a solid company. And then you're going to have a lot more buy-in from the institutions after the ticker symbol changes. So what will happen Wednesday, I believe, is that the stock price will go to the 70 to 75. Let me say 75. I see other people saying 70. I believe it'll go to the $75 range. And if you want to see how this works, go to Nikola. See what happened after they made their merger. I was in with Nikola pre-merger when it was VTIQ and then all of that, and then it changed. I hope I said that right. And then when it changed, I played the SPAC like it's a SPAC, and I made money and I got out and I limited my risk. So here's what I want to tell you guys. You have to make your own decision. But once you look at this video and you get a snapshot into the future, it helps you to make a better decision on your exit plan, even if you're going to hold, right? So a friend of mine, we were talking about this week, Ron, shout out to Ron Lewis, and he was asking, should he sell? And I said to him the same thing I'm going to say to you guys. It all depends on your buy-in price or your dollar cost average, right? So my dollar cost average, because I kept averaging up every time it dipped. And so I got in the first time, it was like 18 bucks. So my dollar cost average now is 30 bucks. It's like 30 bucks, right? And so because I kept buying in as it ran up. So I dollar cost average up even because I knew that it was way more headroom. So some of you guys have gotten in, one of you guys inboxed me, you got in at 48. So we're different in the fact that I could just let it ride, let it run up because I don't believe it's going to get below 30. But after the sell-off Monday, and the sell-off, understand, it's just profit taking. Nothing wrong with the company. It's just people taking their profits early and they're moving on to their next stock, right? But for those of you that are long-term, long holders, you think it's going to be a $200, $300 stock, hold on to it. But here's what Larry is going to do. Because I purchased at 30 and I don't think it's going to dip below, I am going to stair-step my way out. And I'm not the only one. It's a practice that a lot of investors do. So what I'm saying is I'm going to ladder my way out. I'm going to sell some shares at set my price. I'm going to set a limit order, some shares at $60, some shares at $65, some shares at $70, and some shares at $75, because now I'm locking in those profits, right? But, and you say, well, why would you do that? Because I have 2/3 of warrants, right? So that's why it's different for everybody. 2/3 of my stock in HLYN are warrants. I'm holding my warrants long term. I'll still have 400 warrants to hold. So I'm good. I'm going to take profits and then I'm going to ride the stock out. So here is the main thing I want to tell you guys about this week and what to expect. It's still a volatile season. September and October are two of the most volatile months all year to be trading stocks, right? And so just like my friend Patrick showed you, the more volatile the market, the more volatile it's going to beat up on the SPACs. So if we could hold hands right now and just pray that Monday through Thursday, the stock market is not volatile, this stock will easily go to the $85 mark that I was boldly saying I thought this stock would go to. And this stock could easily hit after Wednesday, after the ticker symbol change, it could easily hit the $85 mark, easy. And there'll be no problem if everything is smooth. But if there's volatility and the S&P is down and the Dow is down, and you guys watch the S&P as you watch this stock. If it starts to take a beat down, so will Hyliion and all other SPACs. You remember, the S&P and the Dow is like a boat, and you're trapped under the boat, right? You're tied to the bottom of the boat. The more the boat sinks, the more your stock sinks. So I hope this gave you guys an insight so you can determine what you're going to do. So if I bought HLYN at 50, like some of you guys, so I'm going to answer a lot of your questions now, I would start selling at if you bought in at 50, I would start selling at 60 because the 52-week high is what, 59, 66 or something like that. So I would start taking some profits, right? And I'm not telling you, and I'm not suggesting, because I'm not telling you anything. I'm suggesting that you sell all your stock. I'm saying, think about it. In a volatile market, it's always okay to lock in some profits, right? And so this gives you an insight. You know what? Do I run the risk and let it run down? It may continue to run up, but you limit your risk by taking some profits early. And that's what big institutions do and smart investors do. So as far as Uncle Larry, I am going to stair step my way out. I'm going to sell some at, I'll probably not do 60. I'll probably do 65. I'll sell some at 65, and then I'll sell some at 70. And you could go and set your limit orders all today and be ready. So remember, call that number first thing in the morning, and 8 o'clock Chicago time, 9 o'clock Eastern time, New York time, and then if it's 8 o'clock in Chicago, it's 2 hours early in LA. You guys know how to do the math, all right? So it should be 6 in LA. Get up, cast your vote, and take your finger, hit the like button so more people will see it, especially people that have HLYN stock, so they can cast their votes so we can all get paid. And once the ticker symbol change and these big institutions start buying in, it's going to make you and I more money. All right. And so that's what we're going to do. Do me a favor, because I want to see where you guys' minds are at. Leave me a comment what your exit plan is going to be. Are you going to hold? Are you going to sell? You're going to ladder your way up and over like I'm going to do, but I would like to read some of your comments, okay? Hey, as always, this is Uncle Larry TV, and on this one, you guys, let's hold hands and pray that it's not a volatile week. Live, love, laugh, and learn.